Right now, it's 6 extra security at several schools across the state after reports of threats. Angelo Bavaro is going to have a closer look at the steps being taken.
7 people shot in New Haven in the span of 48 hours. Now police and community leaders are coming together to try to find a solution to this increase of violence.
We don't want to have to do this every year.
Dirt bike and ATV crackdowns continue in Hartford. Officers breaking up several large groups that flooded city streets over the weekend.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on a Tuesday here, Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus America areas.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning. We hope you had a good Monday, and we hope you're going to have a good Tuesday. As we start with the forecast, get over to meteorologist Matt Scott. Another great day. Try to get outside some. I'm going to hope to do it again today.
I was walking through the quad of the campus yesterday, University of New Haven, and it just was absolutely nice. It was exactly what you expected just a college feel to have.
Yes.
It just felt good. Students were outside studying. It was great. And today, I think you're going to be able to do that again. It just won't look as perfect. There are some clouds, a little bit in the form of fog this morning. And clouds won't stop the warm up, though, as temperatures again get into the lower 80s. A little rain and a little cooler in the 7-day. We'll talk about that. Your visibility seems like the map is surrounded with fog, a little bit tickling into Windsor locks, but the rest of the state, okay, you're going to run into a few patches. It really is more of the exception than the rule sort of deal. Aside from that, we got a northerly flow, really not a lot to be concerned with for today. We'll see some clouds slowly moving in from the south, part of that tropical disturbance over the Carolinas that is still not named anything other than potential. It's not going to be anything. Temperatures at 62 degrees, a little warmer thanks to the cloud deck last night. Hartford, 64 New Haven, and our lucky 61 in Groton and Meriden. Although look at Torrington at 49. Dew points are fine. They're a little higher on the shoreline, but they're still behaving quite nicely. Temperatures with that little bit of fog now will hold it in around 60 degrees now, though we will get to temperatures into the lower 80s even with the clouds later on this afternoon. We'll talk about the forecast for the work week coming up. Where art thou, traffic reporter? There's Rachel Piscatelli.
Here and on time.
There you go. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Matt. We are following road work that's wrapping up this morning. So minor delays on 91 in Windsor locks, both directions, where we have road work in the area of 44 and about 42. So be mindful of that. It does look like that is clearing at the moment. Live look outside, though, over in Farmington, showing you 84 east and westbound. Some areas of fog this morning may slow you down just a bit. Now, live look outside over in New London on 95 south. There is road work in the area that may cause a bit of delay as that clears. Tim and Erica, we'll send things back over to you.
Rachel, thanks so much. Well, it is an issue we've reported on several times in the last few weeks. Unfortunately, school threats across the state prompting more lockdowns, extra police presence, and closures.
And this morning, 2 more districts, Bloomfield and New Milford, are taking action after getting reports of threats made against schools there. Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro is live now. He joins us outside Bloomfield High School with more. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. And speaking from here in Bloomfield, parents and students will see extra police presence as they arrive to all schools this morning. The district says while this may be an idle threat, it is taking every precaution necessary to make sure that students and staff are safe. Now, the district says this was a threat of violence made on the social media app TikTok, and that was discovered by the FBI. It was then determined that threat originated from within the town. That is all we know at this point. Over in New Milford, leaders say they got information about a threat involving the use of a weapon that specifically mentioned Shattuck Middle School. That school is closed today, and other schools will have extra police on site. Now, since the start of the school year, several districts have had to investigate threats, including North Haven, West Haven, Wethersfield, Durham, Waterbury, and Meriden, just to name a few.
We have our own Sandy Hook, so we are not immune to this at all, but we have to follow up on each and every one. I mean, the safety of our children and staff is the #1 priority.
And all these threats come in the aftermath of the school shooting in Georgia 2 weeks ago, a 14-year-old killing 2 teachers and 2 students 9 other people also injured in that shooting. We're live in Bloomfield this morning. I'm Angelo Bavar, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Well, Angelo, thank you for that report. All right, 6:05. Police in New Haven County have their hands full today. They say they're investigating the shootings of 7 people in the span of just 2 days.
Yeah, and they tell us that these were all targeted events, not random acts of violence. We're checking in with Fox 61's Brooke Griffin right now. She's live at the New Haven Police headquarters with more on what we know so far. Brooke, what's the latest?
Well, New Haven police tell us that a lot of the victims and suspects, or supposed suspects in this, are teenagers. They say young people are really involved in these shootings, and that's why they're putting more officers out on the streets over the next couple of weeks to try to see if they can up their community engagement and keep kids out of bad situations on the street. Now, the 4 shootings spanned from New Haven to Hamden in just 48 hours. Police tell us 7 people were shot and injured, but they are expected to be okay. Thankfully, police say nobody was killed. The first took place Friday night in Hamden at a vigil for a teen who was killed 3 years ago. Now, 3 people were shot there. The second was the next morning in the area of Chatham and Ferry Streets in New Haven. 1 person was shot. The third happened later on Saturday near Temple and Chapel Streets. A drive-by shooting left 1 man injured. The final was Sunday evening at Shelton and Ivy, where 2 men were hit. Nobody has been arrested in any of those cases so far. But New Haven leaders say the number of shootings is up in the city, but the homicide rates and the overall number of shots fired as a whole are all down. New Haven Chief Carl Jacobson tells us in order to keep numbers down, the community really needs to pitch in too.
Be careful of your surroundings. Call in anything. If something does happen in your neighborhood, report it to the police.
And of course, if you do have any information about those shootings that took place in Hamden and New Haven over the weekend hours, go ahead and call those police departments. They say they need your help trying to piece some of this together. Maybe you have some video or something like that. They say they would like to see that. You can also call Crime Stoppers anonymously to report that information. Live in New Haven, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Brooke, thanks so much for the update. We'll check back throughout the morning for sure.
Let's show you some video. This is the moment that officers in Florida took a man into custody after they said he was hiding with a rifle, waiting for former President Donald Trump to come near. 58-year-old Ryan Ruth was arrested on I-95 in Martin County. He now faces federal gun crimes for that incident at Trump's West Palm Beach Golf Club. FBI agents are calling it an apparent assassination attempt. Now, officers said they arrested Ruth 1 county north of West Palm Beach because he sped away in an SUV. This is after U.S. Secret Service agents fired at him at the golf club after an agent spotted a rifle poking through a fence. They said he did not fire back and no injuries were reported. Now, the acting director of the U.S. Secret Service, Ronald Rowe, spoke to reporters yesterday about the incident that, again, the FBI has called an apparent assassination attempt.
This country was reminded of the heightened and dynamic threat environment the United States Secret Service and its protectees face on a daily basis.
Rowe said Ruth did not have a direct line of sight to the former president, who was at least 300 yards away at the time. The incident is, however, reigniting debate over whether the Secret Service is stretched too thin.
If the Secret Service is in need of more resources, we are prepared to providing it for them, possibly in the upcoming funding agreement.
As for Ruth, authorities said more criminal charges are likely, but these initial charges are going to allow police to keep him in custody as their investigation goes on.
One man is dead after a tree fell on him in Cheshire. Police say he was working on that tree when it came down. The incident happened at about 4 yesterday afternoon on Shipman Avenue. He was rushed to a hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Officials have not identified the man yet. Police and OSHA are now investigating. All right, we do have a heads up for drivers in Oxford. The Route 67 bridge at Route 42 is back open this morning. The Department of Transportation says the bridge is open for two-way traffic for the first time since last month's historic flooding. Crews continue to work to repair dozens of roads across the Naugatuck Valley.
Hartford police are continuing to crack down on illegal dirt bikes and ATV riding. Police said just last weekend they arrested 9 people for riding illegal dirt bikes and ATVs. And people who live in those areas said they've experienced the recklessness firsthand.
Everywhere from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m., you have people rolling through here, particularly in the summer. And the noise is incredible. There's a lot of popping, there's a lot of screeching.
Already this year, officers said they've confiscated around 100 illegally ridden ATVs and dirt bikes. Authorities said they want people to think twice before engaging in this type of behavior.
We don't want to tolerate this in our city. I think most people here would agree that it's a nuisance when you have 15 quads flying by you on a city street. It is dangerous for everyone. It's for us, but it's also dangerous for the riders themselves.
Officers said the riders are just sending the wrong message to people about Hartford, unfortunately overshadowing at times all of the positive events happening across the city. Michelle Tronas appeared in court for a contempt charge yesterday, one that stems from her conviction in the death of Jennifer Dulos. Prosecutors claim she essentially leaked sealed documents during the trial by displaying them on a laptop for others to see. Yesterday, her lawyer called on a videographer who recorded that moment to testify. The public defender also asked the court to release Tronas while she appeals her conviction. The lawyer claimed her constitutional right to effective counsel was violated by her first attorney. Tronas is due back in court in November.